$50 while they last. Good times for a great cause. Call the Humane Society of Ottawa County for ticket details.
Summer weather can change quickly, and that's why you can count on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the Fergus Now app for up-to-date weather coverage. We love hearing from you and want to see your severe weather photos, whether it's hail, storm damage, threatening clouds, whatever it might be. To submit your summer severe weather photos, go to kbrfradio.com. Then to Weather Spotter page located on the Weather tab. Summer severe weather coverage on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Community is important, and you'll find it at Pioneer Point. Spacious apartments, thoughtfully designed for older adults, provide the best in senior living. Heated parking and elevator access makes life easy. Your neighbors at Pioneer Point hold a welcoming, family-like approach to living. Choosing from an array of special features and options, you'll find many ways to define your lifestyle at Pioneer Point. Call or schedule your tour online today at pioneercare.org.
Summer should be about sunshine and relaxation, not stressing over countertops. Let Northern Stone take it from here. From start to finish, they've got you covered with expert templating, custom fabrication, and seamless installation. You pick the stone, Northern Stone does the rest. They'll guide you every step of the way, so you can spend more time soaking up the sun and less time sweating the details. Less stress, more summer. That's the Northern Stone way. Go online or stop in today. Northern Stone makes summer renovations easy.
KBRF presents Where to Eat, the culinary adventure sponsored by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food in Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Zach Daniels.
And I'm Dave Bishop, your guide to the region's culinary treasures.
Join us as we explore various restaurants, uncover delicious meals, and highlight each restaurant's signature dish.
Experience diverse cuisine types, unique atmospheres, and must-try dishes. Check it out on KBRFradio.com and the Fergus Now app.
New episodes air every first Friday of the month. Where to Eat, powered by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food of Fergus Falls.
It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
Good Monday morning. It is the 11 after 9. Hoping everybody's having a sensational start to your Monday.
Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day.
Going to be a gorgeous one. Get a little warm.
Yeah. And then the rest of the week looks like May.
Yeah.
We've got some friends who are here from Missouri, and of course they're used to hot and humid. So when they got here and it was, 82 degrees or 84 degrees when they arrived on Saturday, or maybe it was warmer than that, they said, oh, it's so cold here. And anyway, so they're going to be pretty disappointed in the forecast this week because it's going to be pretty chilly on, I think, Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday. It's not going to be very warm this week. So, yeah, we're giving them we're giving them a cooling off. Maybe that's, and when you're used to hot and humid, in the 100-degree range and a whole bunch of humidity, maybe it's okay to have, some cool weather. So I don't know, maybe we're treating them to something nice here. Maybe this is our Minnesota nice to them, is just giving them a little cooling off. Although they brought some other relatives to the lake, and I think they were hoping for, good lake weather. And I don't know if it really looks like that this week.
No, it
doesn't look like mid-July, that's for sure.
It's going to be chilly.
Do you know what I heard for the first time today?
Huh.
Makes me sick. Back to school.
Oh!
Ads. I know. The 4th of July comes and back to school ads. Now, when I was growing up, I hated back to school ads.
I feared them.
When I had my own kid in school, I hated back to school ads. I love summer. I love having the kids around. Now that I've got grandkids, I really hate back to school ads because, man, I love summer and I know they're super busy even in summer, but oh boy, once school starts, then the real busy begins.
I love the structure of the kids going to school.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, although we had this discussion while out on the boat. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. We were talking about, the summers that you and I knew,
Yep.
At least me, and I think to some degree, I don't think sports had ramped up to where we are today by the time you were in high school. Do you remember summers you actually had summer where you could go to you could ride your bike to the golf course, you could ride your bike to Pebble Lake, you could...
I was in so many different sports growing up. And
Okay,
then,
so did you have your sport all summer long?
well, it wasn't just my sport. I played darn near everything. But I was on 2 different soccer teams. So, say, like, when I was,
so you were into the era when, we didn't have soccer, of course, when I was growing up.
My grade was the first grade to have soccer from kindergarten up.
Okay.
That's basically kind of when it started.
Maybe that's when all of this sports stuff really did start. But we've got kids that play basketball and football.
Yep.
Basketball, football, baseball, and track. Those are their sports. And we have not seen an end to basketball, really, or football, all summer long.
Yeah.
So, I get why they start, working. I mean, and I see workouts and that kind of stuff. But, oh my goodness, they have not stopped playing basketball or football all summer long.
Well, when I was a teenager, I was a camp counselor too, so I did the normal camp thing. But I always played my grade and then the grade older. So like when I was 12, I'd play the 12 and under, and I'd also play on the 14 and under. When I was 14 and under, 16 under, 16 under, 18 under. And then when I was 18 and under, I also played on the adult league. So
yeah,
I was always on 2 different traveling teams.
Well, and I just wonder sometimes if maybe we're putting just a little too much emphasis on all this sports stuff. And hey, nobody loves the sports more than me. We love to go to our grandkids' games, but I just feel like
I loved it.
Maybe it's good. Maybe it gives kids the structure that you were talking about. They still have 3 days a week. They've got weightlifting and and I think a lot of these things they don't have to go to them, but they choose to. And if you're gonna stay competitive with your team,
yep,
it's kind of sort of an unwritten rule that you go to that stuff.
Yeah, we didn't have summer weightlifting and stuff like that. You kind of did it all on your own. We'd get together, play every once in a while, but that'd be about it.
I know. Anyway, it takes up a lot of time, but maybe that's good. I don't know. The problem is when you get to be 15, 16, 17 and you want a job, you can't really have a job and do all those things. So
a lot of jobs will work around it.
Well, some do, but if you've got a practice from 8 to 10 in the morning and then you go again at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, what job's going to let you do that? So I don't know. It's just it takes up a lot of the summer, and I'm sure there's parents that both love it and hate it. Because it's a lot more running for them if they have a kid who doesn't drive.
I biked.
Yeah, well, we did too. But if you live out of town, then what?
Longer bike
ride.
Get that cardio
Back
in early.
In the day, right? Yeah. Well, anyway, it is, and maybe that's the summer structure that is good for them too. And there's nothing wrong with getting a good workout in, and there's nothing wrong with being with your team. So I guess.
And I think I got lucky. I grew up pretty much dead center Fergus Falls. So I really didn't have to bike that far. The only thing I had to bike far for was like golf, and I'd have to put my clubs on the handlebars and bike out there.
Okay.
But outside of that, it was kind of like a 5-minute bike ride anywhere in town. I can get to.
Well, that's a good deal.
We have 5-10 minutes to get me to Cleveland. I think that was the farthest field. Well, M State. We did some practices out at M State, or it was FFCC at that time. So I guess that'd be a little bit further. But outside of that, I biked there. Biked many miles.
Yeah. Well, sports sure plays a large part in a lot of families. That's for sure. Well, over the weekend, hoping you had a good weekend.
Busy. I finally got to smoke some ribs.
Oh, good. Well, we had a great weekend at the lake. Just we had kids and grandkids and friends out, and that's always fun. Even on Friday when they were out, it was that rain hung on longer than I think we planned, and so we ended
a
up
little more damaging than we planned.
We didn't. Where was there damage In Fergus?
Yeah, it blew out our STL on KBRF, and it also blew out Blade 3, which
Okay, we did not
has
have
the Twins.
1 ounce of wind.
Oh, it wasn't wind, it was lightning.
Oh,
Lightning
okay.
struck just out here, and it
Oh,
just did a
okay.
bunch of damage.
Yeah, we did not have that. We just had rain and light rain for about 3 hours. So we took our games out to under the canopy on the pontoon, sat on the pontoon. So you kind of still feel like you're outside, but you're protected from the rain. So we took the games and headed out there, and that's what we did until the rain stopped, and then it turned into a beautiful summer evening.
We didn't have much rain. It was just like one little blob, but it was a very concentrated blob that passed over us in about 15 minutes. It just dumped rain on us.
In Fergus.
In Fergus.
Okay, well, we didn't get any dumps at Lake Lida, but it was constant light rain for about 3 hours. So.
Yep, we heard the equipment blow out in the back room, and we're all like,
oh,
what was
dear.
that? Because you heard a big crash, and then boosh.
Yeah, that doesn't... we did have one big crack of thunder that seemed real close, so maybe that was the one. But anyway, thankfully we are not facing anything like Central Texas. They are facing more heavy rain today following that flash flooding that happened on the 4th of July that tragically claimed the lives of at least 129 people. As a result, search efforts for victims have been suspended, with 160 people still unaccounted for. There is concern over the potential for an additional 5 inches of rain to the region within the next 24 hours. Yeah, that's
not good.
Awful. Yeah. The historic lodge, this is so sad, on Grand Canyon's North Rim was destroyed by a fast-moving wildfire over the weekend. The Grand Canyon Lodge, the sole lodging within the North Rim, along with 50 to 80 other structures, fell victim to the flames. The fire, initially managed as a controlled burn, rapidly grew, and this was due to extreme weather conditions. No injuries have been reported, but clearly they did not pick the right day to do a managed burn.
Extreme weather conditions, and wow.
Yeah, I don't get that either. Well, the White House announced new tariffs on the EU and Mexico set to be implemented on August 1st. A 30% tariff will be imposed on Mexico as retaliation over concerns about fentanyl crossing the border. Similarly, the EU will also face a 30% tariff due to the U.S. trade deficit. Both regions still hope to reach an agreement. New York Yankees player Aaron Judge made history over the weekend by becoming the fastest player to hit 350 home runs, achieving this milestone in his 1,088th game, 192 games fewer than Mark McGwire. Judge, who debuted with the Yankees in 2016 at age 24, is currently leading the major leagues with a .358 batting average, 35 home runs, and 81 RBIs.
He's really good.
He's really good. And sadly, a gunman killed 2 women at a church in Kentucky and shot and wounded a state trooper before being shot dead by the police. The suspect carjacked a vehicle and fled to the church, where he began firing at people. The police chief stated that there was some indication that the suspect may have known some of the people at the church, but to date they don't really know the motive.
That was a weird one because everything started, if I remember right, at the airport, and then he stole that car and then somehow ended up at the church. It's like, if I remember right, 16 miles from the airport. Wow. So yeah, just weird.
Yeah. All right, and here's a crazy story out of California. California's woman's home has been inundated with unwanted Amazon packages over the past year. The San Jose resident, who wished to remain anonymous, reports receiving numerous boxes containing car seat covers with the brand Etkin, sold by a Chinese vendor. Apparently, the woman's address was listed as the company's return address. Reviews of the seat covers cite issues with fit, high return costs, and failure to receive refunds. As one resident noted, oftentimes what it costs to return is about more than 50% of what they paid for it. Despite Amazon's assurances to resolve the matter, the packages just kept coming.
Well, obviously they're not going to get refunds if the company's not getting it back if it's ending up at some lady's house.
Yes. The company has since visited the home to collect the unwanted deliveries and take steps to permanently address the problem. This incident mirrors similar cases of brushing scams where sellers send packages to random addresses to boost their numbers. Have you ever had that happen when you get something and you are going to return it for whatever reason, and they just tell you, keep it?
Yep.
Because it costs so much to return. We actually ordered, I was looking for a specific trike for a first birthday gift. And so I found the one that I wanted, ordered it, and then I found out that this little guy's mom and dad had ordered the very same thing. So I thought, so then I immediately started a return, and they gave me my money back immediately and said, don't bother to send it back. And that was, I mean, it was like a, I don't know, $50, $60 item.
My first pair of headphones that were really good, I got a pair of AKGs, actually very similar to what I'm wearing right now, and they sent me the other model, the on-ear model, not the around-ear model, and I called up and I'm like, hey, you guys that? And they're like looking at it and they're like, yeah, according to this, you were supposed to get the, 240s or whatever they were, not the 140s. And I'm like, no, I got the 140. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll just send you a new one. I'm like, do you want me to send this one back? They're like, no, just keep it.
Okay, I had a really, and maybe you can explain this. I had an experience this morning. I have a pair of sunglasses that are my absolute favorite.
Yep.
They're a pair of Ray-Bans that I got years and years ago at 2020 Optical. And they don't have them anymore. I can't find them any other place. So I went to Google Lens. Have you ever used that?
Nope.
Google Lens, so I took a picture of my sunglasses, and then it will show me that item or similar items and where I can find it and buy it. So I found the pair finally, and I can't even remember the name of the company, but anyway, I actually went to buy it because I can't find them here. I can't find them anywhere. And so when I was plugging in my information, it wouldn't let me put in my phone number because you had to pick what country you were in, you were from, and United States was not listed as a country.
Wow.
I mean, Algeria, Albania, you name it.
Maybe they just don't want to ship to the United States.
Well, clearly that may be it, but it's an American company.
Well, maybe they've got a distribution rights.
Yeah, I suppose.
I checked Shields.
Yeah, believe me, I've checked everywhere, and nobody has them. Yeah, so I finally find them, and they won't let me buy them. So I guess that's what I get for trying to order online, right? Slap on the hand. All right, coming up on 9:30, break for the markets, and we are back to tell you about a big opening in the box office over the weekend. So we'll have more on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, hear Ox Across America Part 2 with interviews and conversations with young conservatives and celebrities, all part of the big weekend at Charlie Kirk's TPUSA's Student Action Summit. Republican National Committee Chairman Mike Watley, too. But right away, test your recall of last week's shows on Heard It on Hot Talk. Spot the fake news if you can. See you for Hot Talk with the Ox today from 2 to 5 on KBRF.
What's the Ox say?
Hey everybody, it's Chris Hannaberry. No Twins baseball today. It is the All-Star break, all sorts of fun All-Star festivities to keep you busy till we reconvene in Colorado. We'll be in Colorado on Friday night, 7:40, first pitch on the air at 7. Join Glenn Perkins and me from the Rock Pile in beautiful Denver as the Twins begin the second half of the 2025 season right here on your home for Twins baseball.
News Talk 1250 AM KBRF. Depend on it.
I'm Jessica at the Fergus Falls Monument Company. I'm the first person you see when you come through the door, and I also talk to customers every day on the phone. Many of them find choosing a memorial ahead of time is convenient and works best when there is time to plan and think about it. Planning ahead not only gets you the everlasting memorial of your choice, it also helps your family through the grieving process. At Fergus Falls Monument, we can help you plan ahead and choose a memorial made right here locally. Call or stop in or visit us online at foreverstonememorials.com.
Summer weather can change quickly, and that's why you can count on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the Fergus Now app for up-to-date weather coverage. We love hearing from you and want to see your severe weather photos, whether it's hail, storm damage, threatening clouds, whatever it might be. To submit your summer severe weather photos, go to kbrfradio.com, then to Weather Spotter page located on the Weather tab. Summer severe weather coverage on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Dickerman with the market updates. On the Red River Farm Network, grain markets choppy already today. AgMarket.net CEO Matt Bennett says many traders were expecting worse after the tariff news that came out over the weekend.
Though last night we were down, on the overnight markets down 2, 3, 4, 5 cents. And, this corn market on the September, as we speak, is about 7 cents off of the lows, but we're also about 3 cents off the high. So, you just kind of look around at what might be culprits and whatnot. I mean, this crude oil market was higher overnight, pushing $70. Topped out around 69, 65 there on the August. But as we talk right now, we're about, $1.50 lower than that. So whatever was rallying crude certainly kind of lost its shine, if you will. And you're seeing some of the commodities kind of follow suit. So,
cattle markets continuing to be volatile.
There's a lot of ebb and flow there. The thing is, it's still a cashless market, so it's still a very strong market. But at the same time, you look over at fats, and you got up there at the end of the week and kind of topped out, 223, and then come in here today, and you're definitely taking a shine off of that thing. Does that mean we're just going to plummet? I mean, we're above all moving averages. It looks like a very healthy market. But as far as fats are concerned, I would say that I'm not maybe as concerned as looking over at feeders down $4, But at the same time, feeders just been on fire. I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, whether you're talking markets, whether you're talking real world, you can't buy cheap feeders anywhere.
Reporting agriculture's business, you are listening to the Red River Farm Network. U.S. Custom Harvesters Incorporated, a proud member of the agricultural community. U.S. Custom Harvesters represent the industry in the state capital and in Washington, D.C. This organization serves as a link between harvesters and farmers, agribusiness, state and federal government. Just like you, regulatory issues are having a major impact on custom harvesters. You too can be a member. U.S. Custom Harvesters, harvesting the crops that feed the world. USCHI.com.
For a first-hand look at the latest research, attend the Northwest Research and Outreach Center Crops and Soils Day, Wednesday, July 16th in Crookston. Morning tours focus on a wheat variety update, insect management, subsurface drainage, fungicides, and more. The afternoon program focusing in on sugar beet disease and crop management. Registration begins at 7:30. Tours start at 8. The Crops and Soils Day, Wednesday, July 16th in Crookston.
I'm Mark Oppold with an American Agriculture History Minute brought to you by Full Scale from Helena. Help your crops reach their full yield potential. Apply Full Scale during reproduction. Visit helenaagra.com to learn more about Full Scale. In the 1850s and 60s, early Midwest farm families, once the farm was firmly established, would often build newer, larger homes. Barns really began to come into their own in the 1860s and 70s. Even when early barns were built, pioneers used them to store tools, wagons, and some crops. But as homes became larger, barns eventually did too. Some of those well-built barns after 1880 can still be found in rural America. That's today's American Agriculture History Minute. I'm Mark Oppold.
September, Minneapolis wheat now down 3.5, 6.10 and a quarter. You got December down 3.5 at 6.30. Chicago, September's down 2 3/4 cents and now at 5.42 and a quarter. And September KC down 2.5, 5.21 3/4. September corn is up 3 cents, 3.99. December up 4 1/4, 4.16 1/4. September soybeans down a penny at 9.94 1/4. November up 1/2 cent, 10.07 3/4. We have August live cattle down $1.57, 220.57. August feeders now down 3.92, 321.40, and July lean hogs down 40 cents, 106.32. This is the Red River Farm Network.
Summer means road construction in Minnesota. If you're behind the wheel, work zone safety is part of your job too. Slow down in work zones. Remember, slower speeds save lives. Put away distractions and keep your eyes focused on the road. Move over when you can to give crews more room to work. When we all work together, everyone gets home safely. This message brought to you by the Minnesota Department of Transportation, the Minnesota Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Baseball fans and animal lovers, perk up your ears because this news is for you. On Sunday, July 27th, the FM Redhawks and the Humane Society of Otter Tail County present Fergus Falls Day. Over 100 fans will fill 2 buses, courtesy of Otter Tail coaches, and trot to Redhawks Stadium for a 1 o'clock game. Bus trip, reserved seat at the game, and a beverage, all for only $25 per person. Get your tickets while they last at 218-739-3494.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Minnesota. This message presented by the MSHSL and the Minnesota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Summer weather can change quickly, and that's why you can count on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the Fergus Now app for up-to-date weather coverage. We love hearing from you and want to see your severe weather photos, whether it's hail, storm damage, threatening clouds, whatever it might be. To submit your summer severe weather photos, go to kbrfradio.com, then to Weather Spotter page located on the Weather tab. Summer severe weather coverage on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
There we go. News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. It's 9:37, and one of my favorite segments throughout the week, 2 Marys and a Dave.
And we say good morning to Mary at the American Legion. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, guys. How are you today?
Well, happy Monday.
Same to you. It's a beautiful day. Kind of hot, kind of humid, but I hear it's supposed to cool off and get less sticky. So
yeah, I think
I'm waiting for that.
Okay, I think a lot of people are waiting for less sticky. Maybe less sticky and less smoky. Is that possible?
Yeah, that would be both of them. That would be great. That'd be awesome. Let's go for that.
It sure would. Well, anyway, each week we get to talk with you and find out a little bit more about what'll be cooking when you open on Wednesday. You're open Wednesday through Saturday. And we always love to find out what the Wednesday special is going to be.
Well, the Wednesday special this week is one of our old-time favorites. We've had a lot of requests for it. So it's cheesy potatoes, a rib sandwich, coleslaw, and a treat. So kind of one that we have fairly often, but it's probably one of the most popular. So Wednesday, you can get it to go from starting at 11. Dine-in starts at 3. It's a rib sandwich, cheesy potatoes, coleslaw, and a treat.
Oh, boy, that sounds great. And I can see that there was a clamoring for that because that is a favorite. And when you said it was a favorite, those were my 2 first guesses was a rib sandwich and cheesy potatoes. So that is a fan favorite for sure.
I think so.
All right.
And then, of course, we have our dessert features.
Yes.
And for July, we're kind of sticking with the strawberry theme. So We have a strawberry pretzel dessert. We have a strawberry rhubarb pie, and we also have strawberry cheesecake.
Wow,
And
that
then all of
sounds
our
great.
regular things, of course, but
Sure.
but the strawberry is kind of the theme that we're going with this month.
All right. Well, nothing like some good fresh strawberries. And my favorite dessert, or one of my top 5 favorites, is that strawberry pretzel dessert. I think it's the sweet, salty thing that I like so much.
That is pretty popular. The strawberry rhubarb pie, though, holy cow! That I don't know how many we've made since the rhubarb came to be, but my goodness, it's every day, several pies. It's just crazy.
Okay, well, you've picked some favorites in the dessert department, too. So, of course, we talk about the Wednesday special. We talk about your dessert features. But there's so many other things on that menu, Mary. And a lot of them, like summery kinds of things, like lots of salads and of course, burgers, that kind of thing. So there's really something for everybody.
Yeah, there's a nice variety on the menu. And if there's something that you'd like that you don't see on there, let us know. And if we can come up with it, we sure will for you. But lots of burger options, sandwiches, walleye, chicken, grilled chicken, Philly steak and Swiss, grilled ham and cheese, just a whole variety of things that, can please just about everyone. And then our side salads, too. We have creamy cucumbers, coleslaw, and potato salad all the time now for the summer. So they're always here and ready for you. So lots of variety.
All right. So whether it is something that you're picking up to go or you would like to dine in, either option available every Wednesday through Saturday.
Yep. Dine-in is from 3 to 8. Carry-out starts at 11 and goes until 8.
Okay. Well, we look forward to Wednesdays through Saturdays because that's when we get that good homemade food out at the American Legion. Mary, what's the number to call if we'd like to order something?
Give us a call at 739-4633.
All right. Have a great week.
You as well.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye-bye. Mary from the American Legion, our guest and sponsor on the show today.
Love the cheesy potatoes.
I know. Everyone loves the cheesy potatoes. What's not to love, right?
Oh.
I don't even want to know what's in those.
Love.
Love.
Love is in those.
Love and a lot of calories, but who cares, right?
Yep.
When you can enjoy that combo and then add some of their homemade coleslaw on the side and a treat, it's a pretty good deal. Yeah.
Looking forward to Wednesday.
Of course. Okay, Superman is the blockbuster, it looks like, this summer. Opened with $122 million. This is the 3rd biggest box office launch of the year. Let's see. 122 mil this weekend. 3rd largest behind the Minecraft movie and Lilo and Stitch. In 2nd place, Jurassic World Rebirth added 40 million to its 2nd weekend. And, it dropped off a little bit, but it was pretty popular too. So those are the movies if you're looking to see a movie. Somehow summer, I never quite understood why blockbusters were in the summer. Is it because kids are off school and a lot of these are kids' movies?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of you got no school. You've got, so they can be out a little bit later.
I guess. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm not a movie goer during the summer.
I'm a movie goer if it's a movie that I want to see. Superman movie, I can take or leave it.
Yeah.
But I am going to try to go see the Fantastic Four, which is coming out in a couple weeks. So I might make my way down and see that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what else we have for you today. There is a 20-year-old French prison inmate is at large currently after orchestrating a peculiar escape. Authorities report the unidentified individual took advantage of the liberation of his fellow inmate to hide himself in his luggage and get out. Must have been a big bag. Anyway, details on the size of the bag or any potential involvement from the released inmate remain undisclosed. My guess is he had a hunch when he lifted that bag.
Yeah, and all of a sudden Ted's no longer in the cell with me.
Yeah, exactly. What is known is that the escapee has tried to has ties to organized crime and an extensive criminal history, suggesting a level of resourcefulness and an impressive,
bendiness.
Level of flexibility for sure. French officials have launched a search for the fugitive. So, That seems like
You'd
sort
almost-
of a low end kind of try to get somebody out of there.
You'd
Don't
almost
they go
think,
through your bag
yeah,
when you leave?
you'd almost think they'd check your luggage. Hey, do you get your roommate in there?
Yeah.
Oh, you do. Look at that.
Well, you can't tell me that that guy didn't know, and he just got let out.
Well, he's, ties to organized crime, so maybe he was threatened.
Maybe so. That's very possible. Okay, this is a terrible headline. Lots of people get away with murder in the United States.
I believe it.
Nearly half of all murder cases in the U.S. go unsolved.
Really?
That's frightening. A national clearance rate of 58% in 2023, as reported by the FBI. In comparison, countries like Australia, Britain, and Germany have clearance rates ranging from 70 to 90%. The shortage of resources, high case volume, right there, prevalence of guns, gang-related crimes, and community distrust of police are cited as factors contributing to lower likelihood of solving murders in the United States. Experts recommend increasing resources for investigations and implementing new technology such as surveillance cameras to help improve clearance rates. So, oh my goodness, 58% of murders in the United States go unsolved.
Let's just stop shooting people.
You think?
Yeah, be nice.
That would be good.
Stop your stabbing tendencies.
Well, this could probably be a feel-good, but I'm going to go there anyway. There's, in a remote mountain village in a city in India, one alert dog's relentless barking roused a household from their slumber, potentially saving numerous lives. On a rainy June night, Rocky, a recently adopted pup, began frantically vocalizing, prompting his owner to investigate. Upon researching the agitated dog, the man discovered a concerning crack in the home's wall with water rapidly pouring in. Recognizing the imminent danger, he quickly alerted his family and neighboring residents, enabling 22 households to evacuate to higher ground. Moments later, a devastating landslide ravaged the village, destroying 12 of its 17 homes in a deluge of mud and debris. Credited with thwarting a potential tragedy, the vigilante canine acquired by this guy, just adopted him just 3 months prior, proved instrumental in the timely evacuation that ensured the safety of 67 people on that little village.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love how they didn't say barking. The dog was vocalizing.
Yeah, vocalizing. Yes, of course. But good dog, right?
Yeah.
Well, it could have been the feel-good. I should have saved it, but it looked pretty interesting, I thought.
I just love the fact that his house is cracking. There's water coming in. They're like, hey, maybe there's an issue.
Yeah, maybe something's wrong. Yep. Well, it must have been, it sounded like maybe they were sleeping, or I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it sounded like it was in the middle of the night.
Right. Okay, here's how the headline reads. Over half of workers admit skipping lunch breaks.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I know a lot of us do. A study of 2,000 full-time employees revealed that more than half of workers don't always take lunch breaks. Only 36% take a lunch break daily, and 13% admitted to skipping it weekly. I kind of skip it a lot at lunch.
I skip it a lot. Most of my lunch breaks, I'll quickly grab something from around here and then eat while working.
Sure.
So, I might take off for like 5 minutes and then...
Right. Grab something and bring it back. Yeah, I spent all my lunches with my mom, and so I would just visit with her and the other residents, and I didn't ever eat. And sometimes I'd, like grab a sandwich or something on the way back and, like you said, eat it at my desk. And I guess that constitutes lunch. But many times I just wouldn't eat lunch, just because lunchtime was a good time to go visit my mom. And, and then by the time I got done with that, I just didn't really have time for lunch. But then it's not good either, because then I was absolutely starving when I'd get home, and I'd eat a meal of stupid snacks while making dinner. That's just plain dumb. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, they say that a lot of people eat at their desks if they eat because they just plain feel too busy to step away. Reasons for skipping breaks include feeling guilty or being distracted by colleagues. The afternoon slump affects 59% of workers, with the lull typically hitting at about 3 o'clock. Well, if you don't eat lunch, you could have a slump. Well, I guess that could go either way. Sometimes if you eat lunch, then I'm kind of doggy when I get back to work. I don't know. I need something light, I guess, is the whole deal. Study also highlighted the importance of nutrition, movement, and mental reset during lunchtime for productivity as well as well-being. Sometimes when you get into a project, though, you just don't want to stop the motion to take a lunch break because it takes so long to get back into what you were doing. But anyway, let's see what else we have for you. Loneliness. Now, you and I probably don't suffer from too much of that because we've got family around a lot of the time. But there are a lot of people who struggle with loneliness for one reason or another. Maybe they have lost a partner. Maybe you are in, in an apartment, or you're maybe at a long-term care facility where nobody really visits you. Although the care facilities are so good about entertaining the residents that they really don't have a chance to be lonely. But they do say that there is a significant link between loneliness and poor mental and physical health.
I believe it.
Yep, I believe that too. They found that people who consistently feel lonely are at higher risk for depression, makes sense, compared to those who never feel lonely. So I guess they're saying that women, younger adults, the unemployed, those with lower educational levels, I don't know what difference that makes, but anyway, they were more likely to report feelings of loneliness. And, you can tell people, well, get out, meet people, go do something. That isn't easy for everybody.
No.
Loneliness is terrible.
Yeah.
And I can say I've had short bouts with it, but it might be for the afternoon when I wish, oh gosh, I wish my grandkids were here. Am I lonely? Not really. But I mean, you feel the feelings of loneliness.
Oh, yeah.
But imagine that all the time.
That'd be tough.
And it would be tough. And I think, for people maybe who are, have just become a widow or widower and they're not used to, cooking for themselves, eating by themselves, that kind of stuff. I think there's real lonely there. And how do you combat that? It's not the easiest thing for people because when you're lonely, you don't really have the gumption to get up and get out and go do things.
Yeah.
I think we have to be really we have to be mindful maybe of those kinds of people and do what we can to help with, to help alleviate that loneliness if we can. Let's see. Ever fallen victim to a ticket scam?
No.
Well, a lot of people have. Recent research reveals that 1 in 5 have fallen victim to ticket scams, losing an average of $217 per scam. And then there's about a third of us who say that they have narrowly avoided such a scheme, leaving them feel disappointed, frustrated, but they still have their money.
Buy from proper retailers.
Yes. Well, a Ticketmaster spokesperson advises against purchasing tickets through social media as fraudsters exploit high demand to lure buyers with deceptive offers. They recommend staying vigilant, researching sellers, and resisting pressure to act quickly when buying tickets. The Society of Ticket Agents and Retailers, CEO, echoes this, encouraging consumers to use verified, secure sellers to ensure a genuine experience. He notes Star membership provides access to that. I don't know what that is, but anyway, Ticketmaster, everybody knows Ticketmaster, pretty reputable. You're probably going to get your tickets.
Going to spend a little bit, but...
You're going to spend, for sure.
Yeah, it's when you think about it, there's just so many different ways they can rip you off that you have to go through the authorized site. I mean, you really, really do. I mean, especially with now, a lot of them are digital. Like you get the digital ticket, so you can be for sure that they're real. But it's those paper tickets. They just love faking them.
Yeah, I don't know. You really have to be careful, just as you have to be careful anything that you are searching out on any website. You need to make sure that it is their actual website. And it's really hard to tell, because sometimes that website looks, it does look pretty darn close to the actual verified website.
Yeah.
So you really, really have to be careful. Do we have time for one question?
No, we got time for two.
Okay. Let's see. I think you'll get this one. This is what I would have guessed anyway. In which country was margarine created?
Margarine? Germany?
France.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess I've heard that before. Okay, well, this one isn't hardly even worth asking. Audience, go ahead and answer out loud next to your radio. Where is the tomb of the unknown soldier located?
I've been there.
I know, me too.
Arlington, Virginia.
There you go. All right. See, that one was worthless.
Well, if you ever get a chance to go see the Tomb of the Unknowns.
Oh boy, it's moving.
It is so moving, especially the changing of the guards. That's just
amazing.
a phenomenal thing.
You know what just is so impressive to me? That guard, they stand there in all kinds of weather.
Yep.
They are there no matter what. And they stand for hours and hours and hours.
No, they rotate.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of a long shift. They stand there for a long time.
It depends on the weather, because I mean I've talked and interviewed tomb guards before.
Okay.
And we were that was one of the questions that was asked is how long do you guys stay out there, especially when it's cold? They rotate every 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But
due to the weather.
Due to the weather, but the changing of the guard still takes place, and that's about a 5-minute thing.
It is. It's really cool, though.
It's very intricate, and it's a very
good. I'm glad those guys don't have to stand out there forever when it's freezing cold.
No,
or terribly hot.
And if it's
I
really bad, they do have a shelter.
Okay, I know when we were there, that same guard was there for the entire visit.
If it's decent weather, they're there for an hour.
Yeah. Oof. I thought it was longer than that, but anyway, it's. And they don't flinch, they don't move. I mean, and when they change, the changing of the guard is really, really an experience if you ever get a chance to see it.
But they do move. It's like 21 seconds, 21 seconds, 21 seconds.
Well, don't they go back and forth?
Yeah. 21 steps.
But I mean, it's not like you can get their attention or anything. It's yeah, it's really cool. Anyway, coming up on 10 o'clock. And we'll break I guess we're going to break the show. It's already done. Boy, where does the time go?
Flies.
About like June and July have flown, right?
Yep.
Middle of the month already. Hard to believe. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Falls Monument Company.